Let's go.
Hey guys, this is Alan with Crow's Nest Outdoor Adventures, and I am back with another video for you guys. Alright, so last week we talked about these. We talked about my EDC kit right here that sits in my pocket all the time, and then we talked about the extra little bag here, which basically is a power bag, right? It has some other things in there, but primarily this is about power, right? This is making sure that I have power to my headlamp. It's about making sure that I have power to my phone so that I have ways of communicating and seeing where I'm going, that kind of thing. The compass is in here. You know, a part to build a better shelter is in here. Okay, so this is another thing that can go along with this, but this is the primary EDC, or everyday carry. Now, before I go any further into this video, I want to say something about EDC. The term EDC can mean many different things to many different people. It depends on who you are and what your hobbies are, right? Now, when some people hear the term EDC, they think of pew-pews, right? When other people hear EDC, they think of the EDC pocket knife. Okay? Anytime that I say EDC, you can count on the fact that I'm talking about this kind of EDC right here. I'm talking about a pocket survival kit that can get you through until you can get what you need. And this will get me through until I can get what I need. At any time, this will get me through until I can get what I need. But I can add comforts to this, right? So this is always in my pocket, no matter what. If I know that I'm going to be away from my truck, my home, whatever, for a period of 8 hours or more, this is probably going with me. And honestly, it probably goes with me more often than that. Probably if I'm going to be gone 5 or 6 hours even, this goes with me, because I always want to make sure that I have a way to get power to my phone. Okay, so that's that. That's what I went through last week. So let's set that aside and let's talk about this week. Okay, so this week, again, we have another bag, and with that bag, it also has a supplemental, just like the EDC has a supplemental. All right, so let's go ahead and pull that out. All right, here is the bag itself. All right, it is basically a fanny pack, but it can be way more than a fanny pack because it's got these here. It can go over your shoulder. It can go. You can do so many things with it. If you want to, you can strap it onto another bag. You can use it as a fanny pack, and also you can undo these right here, put your belt through there, snap those back down, give it more stability on your fanny. Alright, so there's that. Okay, this bag as it is has a lot of functionality, including it's even got a hidden pouch back here, Velcro on either end. Okay, so you can stick something through there if you wanted to, stick something back in there if you wanted to. Okay, a lot of functionality to this bag. Alright, before we get into the main pouch here, let's go through these side pouches. Alright, this side pouch here is what I call my tool pouch, right? This has a little flashlight, which this little flashlight is pretty bright. Alright, now I can just touch my finger on there and get some light and then right back off, or I can actually turn it on, right? Just like a normal flashlight, continuous on. So that's one thing that I like about it. It has that ability to just thumb it and then off, thumb it and then off, thumb it and then off, thumb it 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 off. Okay, I like that. Another thing that I like about it is I like this clip here. Okay, this is a cool little clip. You can clip it to anything that you need to clip it to, the front of your shirt, front of your jacket, clip it on the side of your bag, whatever. You know, I love having a clip on little lights like this. Now, I do wish it had a reversible clip to where I could take this clip off of where it's at here and then slide it on a place up here. So that way it turns around and you can slide it onto your hat or whatever and turn it on and use it then as a headlamp, right? But this sadly does not have that. But this lives right here in my tool tool pouch, right? All right, tool pocket, I should say. All right, this here. This stays in here because, and some of you know what this is, some of you don't, but this is a water bottle carrier, right? and I can open that up like that, put a water bottle in there, clip it back on here, and then this here, again, it's got a button as well as Velcro. I can put it on my belt, I can put it on the outside of a bag, whatever I need to, and voila, I've got something to drink handy at all times, right? So that lives in here, in this pocket as well. Let's just go ahead and set that out there like that. All right. Now, I've got another multi-tool, right? This multi-tool is, you say, I love you. This is from my wife. My wife gave me this, but it's a really cool little multi-tool. It's got your blade, and then it's got your pliers, which I like that, the way the pliers work on this. I really like it. I like its functionality a lot. So, that's why it stays in here. Well, that's one of the reasons that it stays in here. On the back here, of course, you've got your can opener, and you've got your bottle opener, but then you've also got this little Phillips head screwdriver right here. But that little Phillips head screwdriver is more than meets the eye. I say that because inside this pouch, it has these right here. So this right here comes out of there and fits right over that, and then you've got a way to use all of these other little tools on here, right? So, very cool little tool that I really like, and it lives in here as well. I'm not going to put that away right now, just set it right there. And then I've got this right here. This is a Kershaw folder. Nice little blade, very handy dandy, but it lives in here with that stuff there. And this is supposed to live in here as well, and that is this right here. Alright, so another way to make fire, aside from the lighter that is always in my EDC, right? So that's it for that pouch there, and that's not my own, those aren't my only ways to start fire, but we'll get to that, right? Alright, moving on. Looking at different priorities. Okay, so the priority in this pouch here obviously is what? Your cutting tools, right? That's the primary thing. And you've got a fire, you've got a way to carry water bottle, right? Right here, a way to carry your water bottle. So, and then of course, candling device, right? That's one of the 10 C's, right? So, moving on. Over in this pouch we have, if I can get it out of here, this right here. Okay, now this lives in here for multiple reasons, but the main reason is that if I can get water that's not clean in a small amount that needs purified right away, this is a great way to do that. Okay, the other thing is that if you want to keep liquor in it, you can, and keep it in here, and you have, well, let's just say you have a type of medicine with you at all times. All right. And we've got just this microfiber cloth that can be used for a million different things, right? But primarily I use it just to wipe things down, okay? That's its primary purpose. And then we move on to shelter, okay? This is Life Bivy. This is just one of those emergency little bivy things. Not perfect, not great, but two things about it is that it's extra shelter on top of what I already have. And then it is also orange, so it can also be used as a signaling device should I need it. So there's that, and that is all in that pocket. Now let's open this up here and get into the front pocket. Before I do that though, I want you to notice here on the front, I keep these right here on the front, and these will allow me to set up shelter much quicker if absolutely necessary, right? Okay, that's what those do. That's what they're here for. So those are there. Then inside here we've got another way to light a fire, right? Because fire is important, right? You cannot have enough ways to light a fire. And then I've got this tape here. This is yeah, can't think what it's called now, for blisters and stuff on your ankles, but it works for many other things as well. But Fire. Cordage. Never can have enough cordage. Cordage. This is a very basic knife sharpener, right? But in the field, whatever, if you need it, it's here. Good to have a basic knife sharpener. Then in here, I also have silverware. This is a little titanium set. And yes, I say set. And of course it comes on a little carabiner, right? Because everything for outdoors has to have a carabiner these days. Okay. But there you go. You got your basic silverware set right there. The great thing about this is, let's say that I'm out for a few days or whatever. I've always got silverware, okay? I don't have to worry about not having silverware. If I'm out for, 12 hours, 14 hours or whatever, and I stop somewhere to eat and I leave and they, I get a bag to go. They didn't give me silverware in the bag. I've got silverware. Don't have to worry about silverware. I've got silverware. Another fire lighting tool, right? Another carabiner. Can't have enough carabiners, right? And then this here is stakes. These are just ground stakes. They're helping build shelter. Got 4 of them here. Nice little stakes to help create shelter. Important. Anti-back wipe. You've seen that in my EDC kit as well. I do have those about everywhere. Another blade and a carabiner with a couple little tools. Gadgets, right? In case you didn't know, I'm kind of a gadget guy. I like my gadgets. So, there's that. And another blade, which this also has seatbelt cutter and glass buster. This is a cheap $5 knife, but hey, it's another blade, right? If you need it, it's there. I think that should be everything in that pocket. All right, so we've covered the outside pockets. Now let's move to the primary pocket. Now, again, this bag has a lot of different things. This is, again, another way to get power to my phone, to my headlamp, whatever I need power to. Obviously I have a motorcycle. I do have a way to connect a 12 volt DC plug-in for this on the motorcycle. But the main part for this, as far as I'm concerned, is that if I end up on feet and I need to, well, let's just say if I need to get into somebody's car and use this, I can. And it also has this right here, okay? So I can actually plug it into a wall socket outside or whatever, okay? So, another power option. Then, down in here, I also have this right here. And this is a MTAC rain poncho, right? MTAC tactical rain poncho, which can be made into, guess what? A shelter, right? All right, so that's important to me. To me, having shelter at any time is important. Okay, so between this here, plus the 2 items that you've seen in last week's kit, I am fully covered. No matter what, I'm fully covered. I am going to be good as far as being covered. All right. Now down here, I have this right here. This is a Coleman. Okay, this is not a fancy dancy saw. This is a basic Coleman saw. All right, a basic Coleman folding saw that stays down in here, and I have a way to process bigger wood than what I can process with the smaller knives that I have, right? So that is a way to process wood right there. And of course, this is just a nice big bandana, right, that can be used for a million different things. There's that. Next up down in here is this right here. This is a 5-gallon or 20-liter folding bucket. Okay, just a folding bucket. That's all it is. It just sits down the bottom down there, and it's a way to gather a lot of water very quickly for whatever, if I want to gather it in here, take it back to a site to boil it or whatever, I can do that. but this is just a folding bucket. Auto Deco folding bucket, 20 liters. Alright, so just another little piece of kit, and that is all for that bag. There's nothing else in here. So set that off to the side there, and as promised, I will show you the addition to that. Now, I wanted to caveat to this: it needs improved. Okay, this, what I'm about to show you, has never been used, and once I show it to you, you'll understand why it's not been used yet. But after some improvements, I think it will do what I want it to do. This right here, canteen, that is the addition to this, and can be clipped obviously anywhere on this or on my belt, whatever. It comes with Alice clips, but I do not like this cover. Number one, this cover is way too big for the canteen. Okay, way too big. I don't like the design of it. I don't like the feel of it. I don't like the way it hangs. So this is going to be replaced. And I want you to notice that there is no name branding on this at all. Okay, so this is as generic comes, right? Even here, you know, it's got filling and thawing of the canteen, and hand wash the canteen. It tells you how to wash it and everything. There's no branding on it whatsoever. All right, nowhere down in here is there any branding. I might find some use for this, but carrying my canteen is not it. All right, so here we come to the canteen. Now, I put this on here because this is very loud. Yeah, they just flop all around there. All right, sits in there. This is just very loud, right? I don't like that. Okay, so I need to make some improvements to it. I'm okay with putting this on it for the sake of these, I guess. And it does, you know, it sits in between this, so you don't have a lot of noise there. This still makes a little bit of noise up here, but not a lot. Not enough. Once it's also, you know, covered in this and that, it's really not so bad. But what I would like to do is get a clip that I can use here, to put a clip on this about right here, so that I can actually, if I want to hang this or put this in a fire or whatever, I can actually take off this plastic lid so it doesn't melt, right? So I want a clip on there so that I can just take that off and not have to worry about it. So yeah, that is a change that I would like to make to the actual canteen itself, which that's not going to take too much trouble, and that will be done. Again, guys, no branding on this whatsoever. This is a very cheap canteen, but it's a canteen, single wall steel. So yeah, it is a canteen that is usable. It just needs a few modifications to make it really worth what it needs to be worth in order for me to actually use it for anything. So there's that. So that's all my kit for the second bag. Now, when it comes to naming bags, you know, we got the EDC, and then people talk about a bug out bag, people talk about this bag, that bag, whatever bag. This is just bag number 2. All right, this is just bag number 2, and I feel like this bag here, along with my EDC, and along with this right here, I'm good to go for a weekend. And maybe sometime I'll have to do a video on that and actually take just this out and do a video, an overnight video, or even a 2-night video, just using what I have in these kits here. I might do that. For that matter, I might just do a video with just these two. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. That's not going to happen right now in January. I can tell you that, because is it survivable? Yes. Do I want to put myself in that position for no good reason other than just to give you guys some content while I freeze my butt off? No, absolutely not. All right. and you can freeze your butt off and still live. So this is survival, right? This is the survival kit right here. But I do think that even in February, I could, with the 2 of these and this here, I think that I could get along quite nicely. I could actually probably be very happy with those items out in the woods overnight, considering all of the options that I have available. Yeah, I think that could be done. But anyways, enough for that. This is bag number 2, and we will move on to bag number 3 next week. We will see you then. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you guys later. Until then, let's go.